This is Optimal Startup Daily, episode 833, How Hobbies Kick Burnout and Fuel Creativity by Julie Morgenstern of juliemorgenstern.com. And I'm Dan, your host and narrator here, and I'm with you every single day of the week, including weekends and holidays, narrating from some of the best blogs on entrepreneurship that we can find. And now let's get right to our post from Julie as we optimize your life. How Hobbies Kick Burnout and Fuel Creativity by Julie Morgenstern of juliemorgenstern.com. The last few years have been what seems like a never-ending cycle of changes, forever unraveling. We were thrown more curveballs than we ever could have imagined. The shift to work from home, daily activity limitations, and stay-at-home orders have pushed even the most motivated and driven executives into a vicious cycle of overwork, exhaustion, demotivation, and, dare we say it, burnout. I've been there, and I know how common it is among executives to thrive on business achievements. Many are energized by it, even high on the ideas a potential new workday brings, putting their heads down, checking things off their to-do list, and continuously building their business. However, after a while, this catches up to them. Work fills up the majority of their life, and their bodies begin begging them for a bit of a reprieve. So how can we kick burnout, fuel creativity, and return to the role of a high-functioning, energized executive? Kick burnout by giving yourself a break. It's easy to get lost in your work, especially when what you're doing becomes monotonous. This over-exercising of your prefrontal cortex from constant change is demanding, especially when coupled with decision-making, creative thinking, and problem-solving. This cycle leaves your brain exhausted, and like your body, your brain needs to rest. Taking breaks is essential for even the highest achieving executives to maintain a high efficiency level without experiencing burnout. However, breaks don't just mean a quick trip to grab a glass of water while the weight of your workload is still floating overhead. Breaks mean meaningful time away from work to recharge and connect with your body and senses. All high-performing executives eventually hit this road bump, but understanding how to navigate it and taking the steps necessary to recharge your mind will have you well on your way to regaining your mojo. How do I know this? Well, I've been there, and let me tell you what worked for me. Fuel creativity by discovering a hobby. When I started my business, and for about 8 to 10 years after that, I was what most call a workaholic. I was completely immersed in building my business. The whole process wholly excited and energized me, quite literally to the point of exhaustion. Having been asked many times at networking events what my hobbies were, and finding myself unable to answer, I soon realized I needed something just for me. I took these instances as a hint from the universe to seek one out, and thus enter my swing dancing hobby. While my schedule was already jam-packed, I made the time for myself and squeezed it in, and boy, was it transformative. The music and movement completely transported me and emptied my mind. Nothing would break that barrier, not even work. And then I realized, this is it. This was how I would break free from that cycle of exhaustion. So I made it routine. I went religiously, and with it, I watched my work week transform alongside me. Time seemed to stretch. I had more energy. The week felt longer. My time with my daughter became richer, and I could not wait to go back. This time I set aside for myself and connected with my body allowed me to find a profound balance. It came with new ideas and strategies and fresh perspectives towards my work and family life. Benefits of incorporating hobbies to fuel creativity. Within this hobby, I could feed that energy back to myself. Hobbies are what give us that boost to tackle all things head on. A style of self-care, if you will, to bring us back to ourselves and slow down. These hobbies allow us to enjoy our time fully and free our minds to process new ideas, ignite our focus, generate fresh, new perspectives, and create new strategies. Find your passion, kick burnout, and flourish. Life changes are felt both physically and emotionally. If we don't set aside time to recharge and ground ourselves, we will quickly get left on the hamster wheel, forever indebted to exhaustion. That's why breaks are crucial to recharge and refuel the creative outlook. Turning into our senses and grounding ourselves outside of the workplace can be monumental for our well-being, family life, and creative process when we return to work. With that being said, I urge you to pick up something new. Be it 20 minutes daily or something you do once a week, do it and feel it fully. And as you watch that energy flow into all facets of your life, I promise you, you will not regret it. You just listened to the post titled, How Hobbies Kick Burnout and Fuel Creativity by Julie Morgenstern of juliemorgenstern.com. And thank you to Julie. Julie Morgenstern is an organizing and productivity consultant, New York Times bestselling author, and speaker. For over 25 years now, Julie has been teaching people all over the world and at all stages of life how to overcome disorganization to achieve their goals. She's the inventor of the inside-out approach to organization and the brain behind their services. She's got a bunch of great articles and much more that you can check out on her website, which is, again, juliemorgenstern.com. So please do visit. And a big thanks to Julie for letting us share her work. All right, I think that's going to do it for today. I appreciate you being here, and clicking subscribe or follow in the podcast app of your choice helps out as well. So have a great rest of your day, and I will see you back here tomorrow as usual. That is where your optimal life awaits.